Bruce here. Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports. The end of the regular season is in sight. It's going to be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Golden State Warriors. See you at halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen, H to the Izzo.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. The home of the Warriors, live on 2K Sports. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. On the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. As we take a look here at David Lee, guys, what do you think?
Well, I'm a big fan of David Lee, fellas. I mean, you look at the way he's progressed in his career. Each season he's found a way to improve, and now he's become one of the better passing forwards in the NBA. I just like what he does because he can figure out ways to win each and every night.
I think a lot of it just has to do with him feeling right at home with the ball on the block. Double, he'll find the open man, and if you don't, he'll square up and go into his move. He just finds a way to be productive on offense.
Today's game continues this Golden State Warriors homestand. An exciting game for this team and their fans, too. A lot of us saw this coming as a win here locks up the best record in the West.
Well, I think for Golden State, they've had such a tremendous regular season. I mean, really exceeding even the most optimistic projections. A bit of a surprise, actually.
And with the playoffs right around the corner, they are really excited to see just how far they can go. They only get so many chances to win it all, and they have to be in that conversation.
Lee with a solid pick that time.
Here is Bayless, guarded by Kerr. Now Iguodala turned in an outstanding game against San Antonio. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
The knock on David Lee for a long time was that he didn't impact his team defensively. I mean, last year, however, you could see that it was something he was focusing on more and more, and really was a factor with his help defense and rotations.
Here is Bayless. 11 points for him in that last game against Utah. It's Martin on the wing, covered by Lee. 6 on the shot clock. Prince backing him down. Goes up to the stripe. Drained for 2 points. Prince has got his first points of the night. And Clark, when you talk about David Lee defensively in the past, he's had to play a lot of center, both in New York and Steve now in Golden State.
Well, that's probably the weakness in his game. He doesn't have long arms. He's not a shot blocker. You know, he can get pushed around a little bit by the stronger centers. And that's why it was important for Golden State to put Andrew Bogut next to him to be a rim protector and to protect Lee a little bit down there.
Now here's Curry. A 29-point game for him in the win against San Antonio.
And Kevin, he was amazing defensively as well. I mean, he was racking up steals left and right.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, just a moment ago, Mark Jackson and I were able to chat. He brought up Marc Gasol, a kind of sleeper player he thinks could give them trouble. Coach said he's a guy 7 foot plus He's very skilled, can shoot and finish over either shoulder, and he doesn't shy away from contact. He's a guy you have to really pay attention to. And I've told our guys, we can't let him have a big game. Fellas, we'll see how they do against him.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Pass to Prince. Iguodala with the block. He kicks it to Curry. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Here is Bayless. He's covered by Iguodala. Now the pass to Bayless. Shoots the three. Can't hit. The Warriors go the other way with it. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And they drew so many fouls in that game, guys. That was one area that really stood out when you watched it.
Yeah, guys, to me, that was just a case of lack of discipline on the other side. I can't say any more than that on it.
Here's Curry. Here's Bogut. Outside for Curry. Curry gets the screen from Bogut. Curry passes to Bogut. Iguodala outside. Bogut with the screen on Martin. Iguodala's drive. Curry. Back to Iguodala. Fires from deep. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Iguodala's got 5 points so far.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the Controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
And the shot is good. Gasol's got his second basket of the night. Warriors leading by 5. Lee sets a screen for Curry. It's rebounded by Memphis. Martin's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And for Mark Jackson, there had been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling. And Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him. And that's most of the battle right there.
Here's Bayless, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bayless has got his first 2 points of the night.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Wasted no time on that one.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a bit key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Here's Martin after the made shot by David Lee. Martin kicks to Gasol. Bogut on him. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Yeah, that's just too easy. He is so skilled inside.
Ed Davis is checked in for Kenyon Martin.
A lot of what Memphis has done to build its team would have to be considered taking the undervalued approach. You look at guys like Zebo, Marc Gasol, and most recently Jared Bayless. Those were good players that really have found a nice home in Memphis.
That's good.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
The Grizzlies trail by 6. Poked away. It's stolen by Curry. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And Davis pulls it down. Well, Clark, just talking about Memphis, they really have taken a group of players that were thought to be non-impact roster spots, and Steve, they've turned things around with them.
Kind of comes across in the way the entire team plays. It's a blue-collar group, Kevin. Some cast-offs, guys with a chip on their shoulder, but they've got a toughness and an edge about them. And I think it's really helped this team create its identity.
Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies in their last game, a loss to the Utah Jazz.
But, you know, they don't have anything to be ashamed about from that game. It was a good effort from them all around. They just needed another break or two that just didn't happen.
Yeah, you know, both teams can't win. You know, it comes down to a play or two either way. I thought both deserved to win, but only one could.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
Lee sets a screen for Iguodala. And Curry, here we go. Here's Thompson. And it's Thompson again missing.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right.
Great job. Taking him right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there.
In a moment here, we'll take a look at some hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Well, the other thing they've done well is getting after shooters. They closed out well, and they really blocked a lot of shots in the half.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Jeremy Tyler comes in for Mark Gasol. And it's Tony Roten in for Tayshaun Prince. Grizzlies making a switch here. Pondexter's checked in. Curry gets the screen from Barnes. Shot, high post. Here's O'Neal. Out to Thompson. Curry. There's the screen to the middle. Here's Iguodala. And he slams it one-handed.
I'll tell you what, it was the good pick that was set that turned him loose.
And once he got around it, Steve, it was smooth sailing right to the hole.
Well, because of the pick, he had plenty of room. That's why he was able to power down that slam.
So timeout call here. The first for Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
I think their attitude going into that game was all wrong. And I think they believed what was being said about them, that it was a game they couldn't win, and they just didn't have any confidence.
I'm not going to go with you on that one, Steve. I don't agree with that. I think they believed in themselves. I just think the talent difference between the teams was far too much for them to overcome.
And here is Curry. 8 points for him. Back to Iguodala. Dishes to Thompson. He feeds it to Iguodala. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Iguodala. Iguodala's got 3 assists now in this one. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Here is Bayless. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Roten feeds it to Davis. Thompson comes with the double team. Davis kicks to Roten. He dishes it to Bayless. Clock at 4. And the Grizzlies get it back. Got a piece of it. Here's Tyler. No luck. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Warriors leading by 8. Curry dishes to Barnes. Back to Curry. Thompson outside. Curry passes to Thompson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, he's a spot-up shooter, one of the best. And one of those guys who, if you give him an inch, I mean, that's all it takes. He will let it fly and frequently knock down that shot.
And he's a great three-point shooter, too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. The feed to Roten. Pass to Tyler. Goes back up. He lays it in.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Golden State's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Kicks to Barnes.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
The Warriors making a switch here. Bell's checked in. Now, here is Bell. Passes it to Douglas. From deep. Rebound by Tyler. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Koyen, the pass to Roten. There's the pass to Koyen. There's the dish to Roten. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Tell you what, he can be really frustrating as a shooter. All you can do is grimace because he just can't find the range.
Shot from 12. And Davis sends it back. And it's Memphis on the break. Here's a Koyen. No good. So Golden State will take it the other way. Douglas kicks to Barnes. He passes to Douglas. Douglas off the pick from Spates. Douglas dishes to Spates. Shot clock at 6. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Well, I watched this kid in college in North Carolina, Harrison Barnes. At 6'8", he's got a strong frame, a nice touch, hard-working, and he's really a student of the game. He's got the prototype body and game for an NBA small forward.
John Lure, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And going back to Barnes, not just size, but almost a 40-inch standing vertical at the combine. Off the charts.
And you factor in, he's got a great high release on his jump shot, able to get his shot off pretty easily. Really a quality player in this league. Size, strength, and shooting ability. That's always a good combination.
Pondexter with it, covered by Barnes. That's good.
That was a beautiful fadeaway. Knocked it down with the defender right in his grill.
Warriors leading by 7. Up top, Douglas, defended by Okoyen. Here's Barnes. It's rebounded by Memphis. Pondexter, the pass to Roten. And the rejection by Bell. Now here's Douglas, defended by Okoyen. Douglas can't hit.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. While we can, let's have a peek at the league's top foul shooting teams over the course of the last month. The Warriors, number 1.
Now, they've had a lot of success from the free throw line, so I would look for them to continue to attack the rim.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. 7-point differential. And Bell kicks to Barnes. He feeds it to Douglas. Douglas off the pick from Spates. Douglas dishes to Spates. O'Neal. And he drops it in from the low post. O'Neal's got his first points of the game. The Grizzlies trail by 9. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Okoyen. It's blocked. Now here's Douglas. T right on him. Pass to Barnes. He kicks to O'Neal. Douglas. Golden State moving the ball around. Spates, the pass to O'Neal. Dishes it to Douglas. Beyond the arc. And that one's good. And it's a 12-point Warrior lead.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's working, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. The Warriors on top. They lead by 12. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
The playoff push is on. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors hit the road to duel it out with the Dallas Mavericks next Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
So difficult to get a shot off against this defense. They are really playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard, and they pride themselves on making it tough for their opponents.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. They've got Martin, Tayshaun Prince out there with John Lure. Then it's Conley, and it's Roten in at the 2. Here's Douglas. Feeds it to Bogut. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. This is his first trip to the line tonight. Free throw good, Bogut. Some changes for Memphis. Marc Gasol's checked in for John Lure, and Mike Miller subbed in for Tony Roten. He doesn't get the second one. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Prince backing him down. Outside Prince, 13 feet away. But they get it back. Here's Gasol. Conley against Douglas. Lee, a screen on Conley. Stolen by Martin. One-on-one here. Oh, that's blocked. Warriors leading by 13. And Bell kicks to Lee. He dishes it to Douglas. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Lee sets a screen for Douglas. The feed to Lee. Golden State needs to get off a shot. They grab their own miss. Bell dishes to Douglas. It's good from long range. Douglas has got 6 points.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Conley, the pass to Martin. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Golden State's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Douglas off the pick from Bogut. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Michael Conley picks one up.
Looking at Golden State since the All-Star break, we get a look at the numbers they put up. First in scoring, first in assists, and they're also #1 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals. An aggressive team that ball hawks very effectively.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. I mean, this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
Gasol, no good.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Bogut kicks to Bell. Pass to Barnes. Back to Bell. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And the Warriors lead by 18.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Douglas against Thomas. And there's the call on Tony Douglas. That's foul number 2 for him. And Memphis making a change here. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
You can tell he's in a lot of pain. They'll take a timeout so that trainer can help him out.
Let's check out the standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Take a look at the Warriors. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, Memphis. They're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
Right now, looking at the Warriors, they've continued their breakout season. I mean, they've showed tremendous promise thus far, and I'm looking for big things from this team.
Yeah, Clark, as the postseason approaches, there's plenty of optimism, but as you know, the playoffs are a whole different animal. Let's see if they can continue that momentum.
It's Curry with the drive. Thompson outside. Over by Conley. Releases from 15. Thompson misses.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Conley dishes to Bayless. Tipped away. Kicks it to Gasol. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
Tayshaun Prince had been a Piston his whole career, guys, and I thought he might end his career there. But last season, he was shipped over to Memphis to replace Rudy Gay, and it's been a hand-in-glove fit because of the blue-collar style of Memphis, and that's kind of how Prince plays, especially at the defensive end.
And Bayless kicks to Conley. Passes to Bayless. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Miller outside. Memphis moving that ball around. Here's Gasol. The 6-footer's good. Gasol's got 5 points now in the quarter. And Tayshaun Prince, a low-mistake player offensively and defensively.
Yeah, he doesn't turn it over offensively. He can actually play some point forward because of his ball handling ability. And defensively smart. He doesn't gamble. Just uses those long arms to keep you away from the hoop and challenge your shot.
That's tipped. Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Curry with it. Conley picks him up. The drive by Iguodala.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
Here's Curry. 8 points for him. Lee is screen on Conley. Here's Curry. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Gasol covered by Lee. The fader. Gasol no good. Warriors leading by 13. Iguodala kicks to Curry. Rejected by Prince. Now Bayless. And there's the pass to Prince. Curry meets him. Prince against Curry. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
And Davis is checked in for Marc Gasol. Golden State's gone 1 or 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Iguodala, the pass to Curry. Down low, it's tipped and stolen by Prince. Bayless dishes to Miller. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. The Warriors have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Davis with the block. Curry kicks to Barnes. Back to Curry. Gives him the lead pass. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but through contact, he'll head to the line.
They got right to the rim, but got hammered once he got there by the defense.
But that was a nice job taking it strong and forcing his way to the line. Well done.
And he sinks the second.
You know, with Steph Curry, it's never been a question about his talent, guys. It's always been a question about how are his ankles going to do. But really, he only missed significant time in the shortened season. And for the most part, he's been healthy and highly productive.
The Grizzlies trail by 12. Here is Bayless. Now the dish to Prince. Excellent D there from Barnes. And a few ankle tweaks for Curry last season, but with the big brace he wore, he said the pain was mostly from the brace bruising his ankle than anything else.
Well, it sounds to me like maybe you should take the brace off. Maybe a smaller brace so he doesn't get the bruising. That would be smart.
Exactly. And there's Tayshaun Prince on the assist by Conley. And it's 6 points for Prince.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Well, let's have a look at some league leaders from the last 10 games. Two of the highest scoring point guards in the NBA during that time. Second, Stephen Curry.
And this is a group of guys who have that uncanny knack to simply score and deliver the offense in addition to running the offense. What a star-studded bunch of players.
Yeah, I agree with you. The thing that to me makes these guys special, Steve, is that they can do so many things to enable and help their offense. And not all point guards in the league have the unique combination of skills to produce that these guys do. And they've done it on a night-in, night-out basis. And I've marveled at their consistency as well.
Warriors leading by 8. Lee sets a screen for Curry. Back to Iguodala. Outside Curry. In low to Lee. Kicks it out to Iguodala. 4 on the shot clock. He feeds it to Barnes. The tray. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Conley with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. There's Conley. That's good on the jump shot. Conley's got 4 points this quarter.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
It's Thompson off the drive. Davis with the block. Conley against Thompson. Conley kicks to Prince. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul. Kenyon Martin. He's checked in for Mike Conley. Outside, Davis. Back to Martin. Left side, Martin. Bayless down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot from the top of the key. Rebound by Lee. Lee's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Iguodala, the pass to Curry. Out to Thompson. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That puts them squarely in the middle of this 5-game road trip.
That's foul number 2 on them. They might not warrant sitting in entirely, but another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And you look at Ed Davis out of North Carolina, we know he can be a factor with his defense and his rebounding. I think the question with Davis is, can he be good enough offensively? Will he be able to provide scoring inside? And he will take the ball right into the teeth of the defense.
Well, going back to Ed Davis, he just started playing consistent minutes, Clark, with the Raptors when the trade occurred, moving into Memphis.
Yeah, but you talk about his offensive development, Kevin, playing alongside, other skilled front court players that they've got there. I think he can get better and improve, and really it's a nice fit. Their bulk and skill and his length and shot blocking, that could be a nice combo.
Here's Martin. Iguodala with the block. And they get it back. That doesn't go either for Davis.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
Barnes covered by Miller. Lee dishes to Thompson. Thompson off the pick from Lee. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Lee passes to Barnes. Here's Iguodala. No good with the triple.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Davis with a screen on Thompson. Here's Martin. The stupendous finish in traffic. Martin's got his first basket of the night.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. You've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter. That's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks just to get you some open looks like that one.
Bayless dishes to Davis. Bayless off a pick from Martin. Knocked away. And now Curry running the floor all by himself. He passes to Barnes. He kicks it to Iguodala. Curry. Pass to Thompson. Dishes it to Lee. .124 left in the second quarter. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. And it's Miller penetrating. And Thompson sends it back. Iguodala kicks to Thompson. It's Curry outside. And another 3 for Golden State.
Well, we all know that Curry is a tremendous shooter, just like his father. Quick release, pinpoint accuracy, deep range. But what I like about Curry is his passing ability. Such a good playmaker and tremendous court vision.
And the thing I like, Steve, is Steph's not just a spot-up shooter. He can create his own shot off the dribble. And he makes tough shots on the move.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Jeremy Tyler, he's checked in for Martin. And it's Pondexter in for Tayshaun Prince. Iguodala kicks to Curry. Another miss by Curry.
And no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
Now here's Iguodala. He's got 10. It's Curry with the drive. Spades the pass to Thompson. Good on the triple. Thompson's got 10 points in the game.
Third three in a row right there.
Adjustment time for the defense, guys.
27 seconds left here in the second. Now Bayless. 8 points for him. Tyler dishes to Bayless. Memphis moving that ball around. And Davis can't get it to go.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm. Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
It's Curry with the drive. And that concludes the first half. Warriors lead by 9. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
So good to have you along on 2K Sports as the season nears its end. Let's check out what's going on. The Golden State Warriors are ahead against Memphis, and they've been rolling lately, and that continues tonight. Stephen Curry leads the game in scoring. At the break, 16 points, and his defense has been very solid. He's been bothering shots. He's keeping his hands active, making it difficult for guys to score on him. And a resilient Grizzlies team is staying in it. They've been relentless attacking the rim, dominating in points in the paint, and the bodies down low have been banging away. Tayshaun Prince giving him a nice boost. He's got 9 points, and he's been all over the defensive side of the court as well. Some close games out there. Let's get to them. Los Angeles trailing the Timberwolves out in Minnesota, about midway through the third out there. And another game going on, the Thunder out in Oklahoma City currently trailing to Sacramento. Big deficit to make up for them in the second half. And to look now at the rest of the action from around the NBA. New York leading against the Suns out at US Airways Center. A comfy advantage for them in the third. That'll be all for this episode. It's in the books. I'm all done reading. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
Take a look at what Curry's done. He's got 16 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
Well, as long as he's continuing to make them, I think they should make him more of a focal point of this offense.
Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. It's Lee and Bogut inside. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Here is Bayless, guarded by Curry. And Bayless kicks to Gasol. The shot misses. Warriors leading by 9. Iguodala outside. From downtown. Curry can't get it to go. The Grizzlies shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Feeds to Bayless. The shot will not go. Nice D from Thompson. Curry passes to Bogut. Back to Curry. Thompson. From 10 feet out, he dishes it to Iguodala. Drills the three-pointer. Iguodala's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Warriors. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Here is Bayless, back to Gasol. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. 14 points for Marc Gasol.
Well, he recognized the advantage size-wise, and he went right at the defender. That's how you do it.
Thompson dishes to Lee. Curry, defended by Bayless. Baseline jumper. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Clock at 6. Now the feed to Lee. And it's Gasol with the rebound.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over him.
Well, I like the close out there, Steve. Well done.
Martin with a screen on Thompson. Here's Bayless. Out to Miller from outside the arc. Rebound Bogut. Bogut's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Pass to Curry. Bogut sets a screen for Curry. Curry gets the screen from Bogut. And Curry, here we go. And the shot is good.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
The Grizzlies trail by 12. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Three-pointer. Bayless's shot is off.
And the offense continues to struggle. Just one make in their 5 attempts.
Iguodala, the pass to Curry. Kicks it to Thompson. The three. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Martin's got 8 rebounds in this game.
Guys, Kenyon Martin was signed by the Knicks towards the end of last season as they dealt with a litany of injuries, and he really delivered. I mean, he's 35 years old, microfracture surgery on both knees, but he's still got some bounce in those legs, and we know he's got plenty of intensity.
Curry dishes to Lee, and the shot is good. Lee's got his second bucket of the night. Timeout called the Grizzlies. And you look at Kenyon Martin. Not the biggest frame inside, 6'9", about 240, but he is still a difference maker on the defensive end.
Yeah, he is shot blocker, tough defender, never backs down, and always has done a good job finishing in the lane. Remember, he was the #1 overall draft pick back in 2000.
It's his first trip to the line. Free throw good, Martin.
Well, it seems like they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and it's just been that kind of a day.
And so Martin nails both of them. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Curry backing down. Pass to Bogut. There's the dish to Iguodala. He feeds it to Thompson. Bogut with a screen on Miller. Thompson working against Miller. And Thompson kicks to Iguodala. And stolen by Prince. Here is Bayless, guarded by Curry. Pulls from the top of the key. No good off the back of the rim.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Thompson passes to Curry. The pass to Lee. Back to Curry. Rejected by Prince. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Shoots it up. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Bayless has got 12 in the game. Timeout called the Warriors.
Well, we have a moment now to check out the story on Marc Gasol. His last month of basketball has been really solid. 9th in rebounding, 15th in blocks. And, you know, when he gets to the free throw line, he makes the most of it. He's ranked in the top 20 in free throw percentage.
And, Steve, I think where he's ranked on the rebounding list tells you a lot about his game right now. I mean, he's a smash-mouth glass eater.
Tony Douglas has checked in for Klay Thompson.
Been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through.
Here is Bayless, guarded by Curry. 6 to shoot. Miller kicks to Gasol. Puts it up from 15. Warriors with the rebound. They led by as many as 18 points. Iguodala with it, and it's Martin picking him up. Iguodala dishes to Curry. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got his 4th assist in this one. Here is Bayless, guarded by Curry. Right side Gasol. Gets it to go. Gasol's got 4 this quarter. Warriors leading by 8. Curry kicks to Bogut. Pass to Lee. Lee left side. Curry with it. He's got 20. He kicks it to Bogut. And that one's good.
And you love the concentration. Gets hit, but stays with the play.
Yeah, he showed a lot right there. Plenty of concentration, finding a way to get that shot to fall.
And the Warriors making a change here. Bell's checked in. Bayless the pass to Roten. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Bogut sets a screen for Douglas. He passes it to Lee. Dishes to Bell. Back to Lee. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
The Grizzlies trail by 11. Now Bayless. 12 points for him. Gasol backing down. The 11-footer gets the bucket. Gasol's got 18 points.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
On the wing, Iguodala. Back to Bell. Feeds to Bogut. He dishes it to Douglas. 5 on the clock. And stolen by Roten. And here we go. Roten heading to the hoop. The coast-to-coast dunk.
Boy, how's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, he didn't waste any time getting down the court, did he?
Warriors leading by 7. And here's Douglas. He's got 8. Douglas off the pick from Bogut. Douglas dishes to Bogut. Iguodala outside. Lee. He's against Lure. The drive by Lee. That's good. Lee's got 8.
Not too many of those shots were dropping for him in the first half, but it's been a different story here in the second.
Roten gets the screen from Lure. Roten kicks to Lure. Uses the glass to finish the layup. The Warriors have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. And it's blocked by Lure. Here is Bayless. 12 points for him. And there's the feed to Gasol. Takes the turnaround J. Misses off the right eye. The Warriors leading. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game concludes a 5-game homestand.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff going on around the league today, and a lot of fans focused on that matchup for New York.
And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in blocks. Number 1, David Lee. And, of course, Harrison Barnes.
You know what? Both of these guys will defend the paint in their houses. No uncontested shots. That's their mantra and their motto. No easy one.
Here's Lee. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Roten gets the screen from Lure. And that one's good. Roten's got 6 in the quarter.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Bell defended by Roten. Bell passes to Spates. Kicks to O'Neal. Golden State moving the ball around. But they'll get another chance. Here's Douglas. Spates. Iguodala's drive. Pass to O'Neal. Tries again. Kicks it out to Iguodala. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Here's what Memphis has lined up on their schedule. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. And that game will be game 3 of 5 away from home.
Some really good games going on. How about that Denver one? That's an interesting game.
From the high post. Roten, no good.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Oh, boy, looks like he was injured there.
No, this is the last thing you ever want to see at a game.
You know, at this point, we can just knock on wood, say a prayer, and wish him the best.
David Lee's checked in for Golden State. The free throw drops for Iguodala. That one is no good. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Bayless dishes to Davis. Knocks it loose. Roden kicks to Davis. 6 on the shot clock. 3 on 3. Passes it to Douglas. Tayshaun Prince with the rebound. Prince has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. There's a screen. The dish to Davis. He feeds it to Roden. The pass to Prince. Outside Prince. Shot from the wing. Good. Prince has got 11 points.
A little lucky, frankly, but they did get it to go.
1:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Iguodala kicks to Bell. He passes to Spates. Iguodala outside. And again, no good by Golden State. The Grizzlies trail by 6. And there's the call on Tony Douglas. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Second team foul.
Davis gets the screen from Lue. Davis, the pass to Bayless. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. That's good from Bayless. Both free throws good from Bayless.
Some great free throw shooting so far in this 2nd half.
I think they should keep trying to initiate contact and get back to the line until they start missing from there. But as it is, they're perfect so far, so keep it up.
And for 3, Bell. The rebound by Roten.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
You got that right. I mean, he'll do it from three-point land or anywhere on the perimeter, really, because he is a deadly shooter. You've got to do a better job defensively.
And Memphis making a change here. Tyler's checked in. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his 1st foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Grizzlies have gone 9 of 13 from the line. Good on the 2nd free throw.
The story in the 1st half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the 2nd half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Douglas kicks to Bell. That's good with a Douglas assist. Bell's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that 3.
He kicks to Tyler. And Iguodala comes to help. Dishes it to Bayless. Clock at 6. Pass to Roden. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Here's Davis. That one wide left. O'Neal with it. Now here's Iguodala. And here's Bell from the arc. Oh, and that buzzer beater's good.
Just when it looked like the 3rd quarter was over, they go and do that. They pin 3 more points on the lead in the cruelest of fashions.
The 3rd quarter comes to a close. Warriors ahead. They're up by 9. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California.
Coming up Tuesday, April 1st, the Houston Rockets take on Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets. You don't want to miss it.
And the final period of play just about to start. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And how about the touch they've displayed from long range, guys? I mean, as a team, they are really shooting the ball well and executing from the perimeter.
So on the floor for Memphis, Tayshaun Prince out there with Davis. And there's Jeremy Tyler. And it's Tony Roten. And it's Okoye in at point guard. Tyler, no good. Warriors leading by 9. Douglas with it. Feeds it to Iguodala. He dishes it to Douglas. And the foul on Tayshaun Prince. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
And Memphis making a change here. Bayless is checked in. Takes the 3. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Iguodala. Barnes has got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Warriors. Now Bayless. There's the feed to Davis. And it's blocked by Spates. Davis kicks to Bayless. Tries yet again. In deep. Davis drops it in.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Kicks it to Iguodala. Pass to Douglas. Screen by O'Neal. Douglas dishes to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Koyen, the pass to Bayless. The dish now to Prince. Passes it to Okoye. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that'll be the final game of this 5-game homestand. Prince with a screen on Spates. They get the rebound. Here's Okoye. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Some changes for Golden State. Bell comes in for Maurice Spates. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Tony Douglas. Now, here is Bell, defended by Okoye. Up top, Curry. Kicks it out to Iguodala. He feeds it to O'Neal. Golden State moving it around. Just 4 to shoot. The pass to Barnes. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Marc Gasol's checked in for Memphis. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And Davis, here we go. Pass to Okoye. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. O'Neal's got his 6th rebound on the night. Barnes sets a screen for Iguodala. Snatched up. Another shot. Bell off the pick from O'Neal. Bell with it. Guarded now by Tayshaun Prince. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
After 17 years in the NBA, Jermaine O'Neal is still going. It's easy to forget he was once an all-star franchise big man for the Indiana Pacers. Jermaine could do it all. He could score it in the low post, could make the mid-range jumper, and also was a force defensively. But even though he's not at that level now, he can still help you as a quality rotation big man.
Bayless, the pass to Okoye. Davis, covered by Barnes. Baseline J on the way. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Oh, boy, he is just cold as ice. I don't think he's going to be the one to help them cut into the lead.
It's Iguodala with the drive. Barnes. He passes to Bell. He kicks it to O'Neal. 5 to shoot. Lets it go with the 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. Prince has got his 5th rebound in this one. And for O'Neal at one time, a 24-point per game score. Now his role is all about defense, blocking shots and clogging the lane.
Yeah, he's 6'11", 250 with a great knowledge of the NBA and how to defend and scouting reports of every player in the league. Very savvy veteran play. Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Here is Bayless. Back to Prince. And the whistle blows. It's going to be an Andre Iguodala. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Memphis making a change here. So it's the Grizzlies now. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Koyen, the pass to Gasol. No good. So Golden State will take it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. Iguodala kicks to Thompson. Back to Iguodala. Dishes it to Curry. Pass to Bogut. Iguodala outside. 6 to shoot. Back to Bogut. Iguodala dishes to Spates. Up balls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
And Bayless gets to Gasol. Bogut with the block. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Miller's checked in. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
For the majority of his career, Marc Gasol has been referred to as the other Gasol. But last season, you can make that case that he surpassed his brother Powell in terms of impact on the court.
David Lee's checked in for Golden State. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mark Jackson was going over with his team. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
And Marc Gasol, a little bigger than his older brother Powell, very comfortable at the center position, whereas Powell is a little more of a tweener. They're both obviously so incredibly skilled.
They sure are. I mean, both Gasol's able to play in the high post as passers or jump shooters or down on the low block, and where they can use their array of offensive skill. Pretty impressive to see two players like that coming out of the same family.
And that one's good.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Knocked loose. Curry with the steal. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Curry leading the charge. And stolen by Miller. Now Bayless on the wing. Miller feeds it to Bayless. And it's Spates with the rebound. Spates has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Good rebound there, but overall, they're getting outworked on the glass.
Steve, I think that's what you'd expect, seeing what the score is.
He dishes it to Bayless. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Warriors ball. 17 seconds.
Warriors leading by 16. It's Thompson off the drive. The feed to Lee. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
David Lee, such a versatile big man. He rebounds, he can pass from the high post. He's got that mid-range jumper, and he can finish inside with either hand. Little hook shots, flip shots. He is a really, really good player.
And guys, you mentioned David Lee's ambidextrous finishing. I mean, Steve, he actually broke his left arm when he was in high school, and it forced him to develop his right hand in the meantime, and that's why he's so effective with both hands, and he's really made the most of it. It's part of what makes him a tough guy to deal with.
Well, you hate to see a guy suffer through a game like this, but his team is winning.
The Grizzlies trail by 17. Here is Bayless. Kicks to Miller. From the arc. And it's good.
There's no way. No way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Gasol with the steal. Miller right side. Miller right side. And another basket for Memphis. Warriors leading by 12. Spates the pass to Curry. Curry gets the screen from Spates. Curry dishes to Spates. Can't connect from short range.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
Passes it to Bayless. Releases. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Lee's got 15 rebounds here tonight.
This touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Spates kicks to Curry. Spates with a screen on Miller. Curry passes to Barnes. The dish to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. Defended by Bayless. The fadeaway. Offensive rebound. Out to Thompson. Outside Curry. And the Warriors get it back. He feeds it to Thompson. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by Thompson.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
And the pass to Barnes. Outside Curry.
That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there. You know, it's funny, you look at the Golden State Warriors, they've had the 3rd best home court advantage in the league over the last decade or so. Only the Rocky Mountain teams, Denver and Utah, were better. At Oracle, it's not the altitude, it's the crowd. One of the best in all of the NBA.
Well, give credit where credit is due. Terrific assist inside.
It's Thompson off the drive. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Looking to get it going. Pass to Curry. Bogut sets a screen for Curry. Here's the 3. Gasol with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Curry dishes to Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got assist number 7 for him tonight. And Clark, as you were saying about the Warriors, they really feed off this home crowd. Steve, you said maybe the best in the NBA.
I think so, just in terms of the support they get, regardless of their success. You think back over the last 16, 17 years, the Warriors have only been in the playoffs twice, and yet the fans are there every single night going nuts. So now that they're a good team, I think this fan base is really going to come alive.
Thompson, guarded by Prince. Thompson off the pick from Lee. It's Thompson off the drive. Shot's good. And the Warriors lead by 15.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Here is Bayless. He passes to Prince. Makes the lead pass. Shot's good by Miller.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Back to Iguodala. Outside Curry. He kicks to Thompson. 1:39 left in the game. Fires for 3. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here is Bayless, guarded by Curry. Lee with the block.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
Thompson for the triple. And another 3 for Golden State.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
a clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Here is Bayless, guarded by Curry. And Bayless kicks to Miller. Deflected. Dishes it to Gasol. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Now, that's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
On the wing, Iguodala. Defended by Bayless. Iguodala, the pass to Bogut. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. Gasol, a screen on Curry. Kicks it out to Prince. Can they get it? And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And the first one drops. Some changes for Memphis. John Lure, he's checked in for Martin. Pondexter comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Tony Roten in for Mike Miller. This has been a one-sided affair.
Man, they've done a really nice job of extending their lead, Kevin.
Douglas dishes to Bogut. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
They certainly haven't let these fans down tonight. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
It has been. I mean, the atmosphere has been great, and no doubt that helped with the winning effort.
Roten, no good. And here's Douglas. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you add?
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Steph Curry.
They just want your head moving up and down, up and down, up and down. They got inside your head, flip it upside down, upside down, upside down. We can feel an order getting in our way. We don't need the rule of yesterday. Breaking down the borders, tearing down the sides. Hear this one last time. They just want your head moving up and down, up and down, up and down. They got inside your head, flip it upside down, upside down, up and down. They just want your head moving up and down, up and down, up and down. They got inside your head, flip it upside down, upside down, upside down, up and down, up and down. Up and down. They just want your head moving up and down, up and down, up and down. They got inside your head, flip it upside down, upside down, upside down. We can feel it.